Hey guys, it's me. Oh God, Griffin, was that one of your feathers? Disgusting. Yeah. God. Hey guys, it's me, Michael Gibbons. And we're back again, and this time we're gonna watch something a little different, something by Real Life Lore. It's a video about what if there were 100 people that existed on Earth. Just 100 people. Out of the entire human population, only 100. So let's just say, for the benefit of the doubt, that you, who's watching this, and me, and, well, yeah, just me, and you, alone, in the whole world. I watched something similar to this, only it was if you were the only person alive on Earth. Just you. Nobody else. Just you. You're the only one. You're the last of your kind. That one will be a little scary for me. This one I prefer better because at least there's some humans out there. You know, not that much because, like, you know, there's like, how many are there? 7 billion humans on the planet right now? Just 100? Like, not very good. So let's get on with the video.
This episode of Real Life Lore is made possible by Hover. Get your unique domain and email by going to hover.com/reallifelore and using the code RealLifeLore for 10% off at checkout. Earth is a complicated place. There are a lot of us that share this planet together, and it's sometimes difficult to understand who everybody is and what everybody believes. To understand things a little better, let's shrink the entire world population down from 7.5 billion people all the way down to just 100 people, and keep our small 100-person society as similar to the real world as possible. Dividing between gender, the 100-person world would be equally divided between 50 men and 50 women.
Okay.
Most of these people would live in Asia, a total of 59 people compared to 16 people living in Africa, 10 living in Europe, 8 in North America, only 6 in South America, and just 1 lonely person living in Australia and Oceania. 19 of these people would be Chinese citizens, and another 18 would be Indians. There would be only 4 Americans, 3 Brazilians, 2 Russians, and 1 German. The other 53 people would be citizens of 187 other countries around the world. Most of these people would be pretty young, with 9 people aged just between 0 and 4 years old. 17 people would be aged between 5 and 14 years old, and 16 people would be aged between 15 and 24 years old.
Okay, I'd be in that
Another
category.
16 people would be aged between 25 and 34, which means that 58 total people are younger than 35 years old. 20 people would be between 35 and 49, just 14 people would be aged 50 to 64, and only 8 people would be above the age of 65. When we talk about religion in the group of 100, 31 people would adhere to Christianity, 23 would be Muslims, 15 would be Hindus, 7 would be Buddhists, 9 would follow other religions, and 15 people would be non-religious or atheists. Mandarin Chinese is the most understood language with 14 people understanding it, but English isn't far behind it with 13 people understanding it. 9 people understand Hindustani, 8 people understand Spanish, and 5 people understand Arabic, with the other 51 people speaking over 7,000 other languages. Mostly everybody can read and write, with 86 people possessing this ability, but there are still 14 people who are illiterate. 92 people have access to clean and safe drinking water, but 8 people do not and struggle as a result. 62 people are healthy in their weight, but 11 people are malnourished and 1 person is literally starving. The other 26 people are overweight, and 8 of those people are actually obese. 21 people do not have adequate housing to fully protect themselves from the elements, and 1 person is homeless. The other 78 people, however, do have proper housing for themselves. Only 60 people have access to toilets, though, and
Whoa, wait a minute. Now hold on a second. Okay, let's just say everybody except 100 people on this whole planet just disappeared, right? Right? What about all those people's houses? There's more than enough houses, more than enough food. You know, rules don't count anymore, you know? Most of the government, police officers, the law is gone. These 100 people are probably just, like, most of them are pretty young. So, they could do whatever they please. You know, what about all these nice houses? All the one person's starving, one person's homeless. They can't go into a supermarket and just take food. I mean, I know he said that it's supposed to be as close to society right now as possible, but still, I mean, all those houses have to exist, right? All those houses? Person can just go in a house right now. I mean, granted, I know, yet again, he said it's supposed to be close to society as possible, but just 100 people? I'm sorry, you can't, that just can't be done. I don't know. Not with so many houses empty, you know? So much food. That's plenty for all, you know? Enough to go around. I'm trying to think of this on my point of view. Okay, I'll give a little analysis on how it would probably be like if there really were 100 people and just everyone else just disappeared, right?
The other 40 people do not. Of those 40 people, 15 of them still defecate out in the open outdoors. 54 people live in cities, while the other 46 people live out in the countryside. 9 people are currently unemployed, while the other 91 people either are employed or are outside of the labor force. One of these people has AIDS, and 5 people will be infected by some form of STD this year alone. 58 people are currently married, and the average age that people get married at is 29 for women and 32 for men. Another 15 people actively smoke tobacco products, while the other 85 people do not. Interestingly enough, the same statistic is true of vehicle ownership, with 15 people owning a motor vehicle and another 85 people not owning one. Most people are overwhelmingly right-handed, with only 10 people being left-handed. 73 people have or are expected to graduate from high school, while the other 27 people haven't or are not expected to graduate. However, only 7 people hold a college degree of any kind, while the other 93 people do not. But that doesn't stop most people from owning a cell phone. 80 people are in possession of one, while the other 20 people do not have one. This means that yes, more people have access to a cell phone in the world than a toilet. Internet access is also much more uncommon than cell phone ownership, with only 42 people having access to it and the other 58 people not having any access to it. Speaking of the people with internet access, however, 26 of them have a Facebook profile, 17 of them have a YouTube account, and 4 of them use Twitter at least once per month. But perhaps the most shocking difference in our small group of 100 people is the distribution of wealth between them. 71 people have a net worth of under $10,000, and out of them, 12 people are living on less than $2 per day. 21 people have a net worth between $10,000 and $100,000, and 7 people have a net worth between $100,000 and $1 million. There is only one person who actually has a net worth above $1 million, but this one person is vastly more wealthy than even this chart makes it appear. This one person owns 50% of all the money in the world. The next 9 people own 35% of all the money in the world, so to recap, 10 people together control 85% of all the money in the society. Another 20 people owns 12% of the global money supply, which means that 70 people, the vast majority of the society, only controls a mere 3% of the money supply. In addition, 1 person is a refugee or currently displaced from their home, and 2 people are named Mohammed, which is the most common name in the world currently. Finally, all 100 people currently live on Earth, our home. Within a few years, however, who knows how all of this data may be different. So this video was made possible by Hover. I actually just recently bought 2 new domains with Hover, whataworld.fm for my super secret upcoming podcast with fellow YouTuber Second Thought, and reallifelore.net so I can finally have my own website. What's great about both of them is how easy it was to find them and connect both of them to a hosting provider through Hover. The entire process of finding and buying both domains and connecting them to a provider took under a minute to actually do. If you're looking to build your presence on the internet, having your own site...
Okay. Well, yeah, go subscribe to Life Hover Low, Hover Life Low, you know what I mean. Just the link will be in the description down below to the original video, so you can check it out yourself. Go subscribe to him. Yeah, so not really what I expected. I was expecting it to be like an apocalypse like video, themed video. Just basically showing how it would be like if just 100 people were alive and everybody else disappeared. You know, obviously no rules. Just basically just trying to survive. But it would be easy because, well, you're not technically alone. I mean, there's just like not that many of us, but at least you're not really alone. And you can go out and explore the world however you want. Don't have to worry about being stopped by the cops or anything. You know, you can literally just go into stores. If okay, let's say if next morning everybody disappeared, right? Okay, let's just say my parents, because like it's only 100 people, right? So chances are those people are just gonna be people from like far, far out. Like I'm lucky that I'm gonna be alive, you know? So chances are, yeah, your parents are not gonna be alive. I mean they're gonna be gone. Let's just say it's just temporary. Okay, sorry for the pausing. The back of my throat is itching. I'm scratching it with my tongue. Ah. But yeah. Okay, so then I mean I guess it doesn't affect animals, right? Right? It doesn't affect animals, right? So animals are still alive. So I'm probably gonna be the only person in my neighborhood. I'm not sure if outside my neighborhood, but as far as I'm concerned, inside my neighborhood, I'm the only one. And when I figure this out, then I'm gonna get out, get a bunch of food. Hopefully, Wi-Fi will be temporary, you know, until, I mean, because, like, if there's no people working the power, then it's gonna eventually go off. But for the majority of it that does not, I'll go out, get food, secure a perimeter, and then I'll start thinking of traveling. I'll get a car, you know, because the streets are gonna be empty, you know. So I'll drive as far as I can go, find any other survivors, but if I'm really alone, then, well, then, yeah, it's gonna be pretty lonely, you know? There's no one to talk to. I mean, well, aside from Griffin. Well, then again, I could go to, like, since there's no people around, I'll just drive to, like, a zoo or something, right? And let loose all the animals. Take a few animals for myself as companions to hang out with me. You know, get some dogs, get a bunch of birds, teach them how to speak and understand English, so I'll be able to talk to somebody and they can talk back. I'd probably just get like a bunch of birds, like the talking parrots, and some dogs and monkeys. Monkeys. Can't go wrong with the monkey. Shut up. It is close to becoming a pot roast. Yeah. Yeah, he's a real spoiled little brat. Sometimes I just want to kill him. Just want to kill him. Ah. Sometimes the screen goes blank a little. Goes dark a little, sorry. So yeah, let loose all the animals. So at least I'll have a bunch of animals with me, right? So I won't be totally alone. Go hiking in the woods, basically just travel everywhere, you know? But a lot of pets are gonna die because, you know, they don't have any owners. So I'll let them all loose. So they at least have a chance of surviving. Let all the zoo animals out. But first, I have to be armed. You know, safety precautions. And then I'll just drive away. It's kind of like I Am Legend. You know in the beginning of the movie when Will Smith and his dog? Yeah, kind of like me. That would be me. Only I'd be with a bunch of birds, dog, and like a monkey. You know? And like there'd be lions and deer running around the place, and the city would be covered in in leaves and vines and stuff. That's probably the world I'm thinking of. And then, sooner or later, we'll come across some people who may or may not think of us as, very friendly. I don't know. They might think of us as weird. This is my imagination. This is how I'm thinking. I like to be creative about this. Then it'll be like maybe a, and then I wonder how it'll be like if say if there was an outright war between cause most of the people are mostly kids, right? So like a couple years went back. So those people, so let's say, numbers have probably increased a little bit over the past year, right? Because while I'm traveling with my animals over the past few years, numbers of humans have probably increased by a little bit. Probably like about maybe 150 or more, I'm hoping. Enough to make a small army that might try to destroy me and my animal companions. I know this seems outright creative, in my opinion. I like thinking about these kind of things. I like making up my own world, that's interesting. I'd imagine me, because if if I had to choose between companions that I'd stay with for a while, for my whole life, I'd choose animals. Animals are much more interesting, fascinating, and they protect you. I mean, people are okay, but I don't know, I'd rather be with animals my whole life than people. And I don't know, probably some of you might be saying, oh wait, but yeah, you won't be able to talk to them. How are they gonna talk back to you? You won't have anyone to talk to. Well, you know what? I'll get a bunch of parrots, teach them how to talk, understand what they say, and it'll be the same thing. No difference. In fact, if one day people do go extinct, I'll teach a whole bunch of parrots to talk. They mate with their children. They make like a little talking bird civilization. It'll be like a planet of the birds. What do you think? What do you think? Planet of the birds. What do you think? Yeah. I mean, Griffin's not really much of a talker. Jende Conyers don't really talk that much. He talks a little. He does talk, but he sounds like Donald Duck when he speaks. Don't you? And not just birds. I could get a bunch of monkeys, and dogs. Get all the smart animals. I don't know. It'd be really cool. I always find some way to relate anything to animals. I don't know. That's just the way my mind works. But if you've been listening to me this long, I don't know what to say. Thanks. But so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And till next time, peace.